Hi everyone, Matt here, and we are continuing straight off where we left off on Dialtown. Before we got smuggled back into Dialtown with Norm, who was an astronaut who got sent into space through a wormhole and didn't want to change his head. That's the gist of it. And after dealing with Shooty and Stabby, we're now dealing with the demonic child named Billy. Anyways, those two going to be okay after screwing up. I'm shocked someone like you would get on so well with someone like Mingus. Nice, kill him. Kill him, Norm. Do it now. No. Are those two going to be okay? Okay after screwing up? Hey, I don't know. Like I care about what's going to happen to those two clowns. Yeah, I really think I looked down at the ground after I pushed the kid off the swing set to make sure the kid's head hasn't split in two. Nah. People are just bowling pins to me. Have you just been running around amok the whole time I've spent stewing in my shack? I can't believe you, Billy. How low you sunk. And working for law and order. Working for the man. Or more accurately, an intolerant tabby. Working for law and order? Pal, the mayor's the biggest crook in this old cesspit of a town. Wait, are we meant to be in conflict about something? I agree with literally every word the devil child just said. Well, of course you can see it too. You have eyes, don't you? Just the two God Almighty gave me. You got your eyes from God? Yikes, sucks be you then. If I were you, I'd just get a pair of those cheap bootleg eyes shambled together in a sweatshop by someone my age. Far better quality control. I still don't get why you're doing all this. What on earth do you want political leverage for? You have no agenda. You just want to see you only want to see the world burn. Oh, but that's exactly what I have my figurative eye on, my green friend. Complete and total immunity. I can skateboard wherever I want, burn whatever I want, maim whomever I so deserve. What's a whom? Oh, you won't stand a chance once I have that cat in my pocket. Same goes for those green internal organs of yours, bozo. Honestly, I've been shot at by folks who were much less alarming than you, runt. Hey now, flattery won't get you out of this jam, Sheriff Suck-Up. Hang on. Norm, I have an idea. And what might that be? Shoot him now. Are you kidding me? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend you, huh, Norm? He's a kid, phone genie. He's no child. He's a pint-sized demon. I've seen him down seagulls with a slingshot from 20 yards. He's absolutely wretched, Norm. Shoot him now. But back at the cinema, you took Fezzy aside when I said I was going to snag the mayor. Right. The mayor is a person. She's a cat-person hybrid and a monster. There's still some person in there. For the sake of the argument, she's a person. And this kid ain't? Right, he isn't. He's inhuman. Phone Genie, you know I can't. Oh, so you'll snag the mayor but spare little Billy? This little runt's only a half-pint. He doesn't know any better. He knows exactly how much harm he does, Norm. He's despicable. You're talking like a loony, partner. Nah, bro, Monster's right in fairness. I am pretty deplorable. Alright, kid, I'm gonna state this as concisely as I possibly can. If you don't leave us the hell alone, you're gonna find yourself with a belly full of lead. Are we clear? Oh, as if I lose a mark like Froggy McGee and you pistol packing pops. Do you have any idea how high your bounties are? Huh? For the first time ever, you two are wanted. Sticky. Wait, am I sticky because you know, or sticky Norm because of his sticky note face? Sure. That doesn't answer the question. Besides, why would I give you two up? I know you don't have the balls to drop me, cowboy. You said so yourself. Perhaps not. Perhaps not. Though, I could just hand my pistol to Buddy Phone Genie over here, you know. Monster, shoot you dead in a heartbeat. I would probably eat the gun. That's true, my index fingers are already clenching in anticipation. Well, shit. You know what? Fuck this. Unlike the mayor, I know not to bother with shit that's more trouble than it's worth. I'll just go watch intensely gory videos to get my anger out. Nice, that's some non-serial killers in the making do. Yeah, fine. Just go. Shit. He's leaving peacefully. Let him go. Shoot him. As if you'd have the balls to shoot me anyway, Greenie. Normie, I beg of thee, the pistol, I require it. Nah, let him return to his shitty leader and tell her of his failure. Failure? Hey. This is only the beginning for me, bozo. Once I scrap the whole mercenary shtick, I'll just lobby the government to get my way like a fast food giant. Or an oil company that drowns pelicans in crude oil. Way easier for me. Peace out, bozos! Man. That was one great time. Go get! Huh? You know, I thought you were a better shot than that. You missed, little Billy. God, you had one chance. I never miss. I was just to turn the land. Like when I take pot shots at rogue raccoons that run over to my garbage can or at one taxman. Oh, I wouldn't have missed. You don't shoot any and all taxmen that approach you. You don't? Oh, I wouldn't have missed. Yeah, which is precisely why I didn't hand you the gun. Man, hasn't anyone ever taught that kid about hell? Does Dialtown not have any churches these days? Most churches in town are only registered as such for tax reasons. Like our local, it ain't a sin if you put your crumbs in the bin donut store. This place makes me sick to my stomach. We do have one real church that I know of, but... Well, word on the playground is that Billy has an eternal ban there. Eternal? You mean a lifetime ban, surely. No, that's eternal. Applies to his corpse, too. The priest is terrified that Billy arranged to get his casket booby-trapped if/when he dies. And, sneak a cannon in there that shoots raw meat at the congregation. Or, set up the funeral buffet food to look like tiny toothpick chunks of himself. So, I guess the priest ain't banking on the little varmint suddenly seeing the light then, eh? Who do I know? Priest says that kid's a lost cause, whatever that means. Jesus never called even one of the sinners he meant a lost cause, for the record. Right, but Jesus never met little Billy. Jesus was never forced to use the word swanicide once in his lifetime. Did Judea even have swans back then? If little Billy was around back then, nowhere would have swans left, Norm. Alright, you've convinced me. Enough talk of the ominous dwarf. Say, how often do the trains tend to stop at this station? This one should be stopping right now. Huzzah! Let's enter the ghost train. How in tarnation did echolocation? Forget it. Let's just board the train and be done with it. Righto. My paper bag wearing friend. What do you mean they got away? What part of that sentence didn't you get? I understood that sentence, but how on earth did you let them get away? Oh, easy. The cowboy was holding a gun and I wasn't. You know, 'cause someone decided not to give me... Don't you dare. We both know that with a gun, you'd be an astronomically greater threat to my perfect society reforms than those two clowns ever were. You're right, I totally would be. Either way, they're on their way to the fun fair right now. So, nothing has changed much aside from you somehow looking like even more of an incompetent hack than you did before. Billy? I mean this in the nicest way possible. I'm going to club you to death with a fucking hammer now. Right, except you can't do that. I can, and in fact, I'm currently probing the immediate vicinity for the nearest hammer. But I have information. Alright, you know the shtick, half pint. Spill the beans or I'm going to show God what your beating heart looks like. I'm honestly just curious to see if he really has one. I'm not expecting, like, the miniature limestone obelisk that says something akin to "I died for the bands" on it instead. So, basically, cowboys plan to fill you with bullet holes once they arrive at the fun fair and see that the hobgoblin's wretched offspring's missing. Huh. Alright, now, can I take out a loan to start an oil company? I want to kill pelicans with crude oil. Are you serious? You're asking me this right after you alert me to an assassination plot? So, is that a yes? Yes, obviously I'm going to give you the loan. Now, get out. Let the adults and God discuss this. Those poor pelicans. At least the swan get mercy. Man, you went from having a cryptid eating your trash to playing target practice with a sheriff that time forgot. You should have just taken a leaf from God's book and done nothing today. Always a winning strategy. You don't understand. I had to get rid of Monster to recreate the This is fine. We know they're coming here, so I can set an ambush. No! A trap. Put a bucket above the door filled with scorpions, perhaps. Uh-huh. And what if they break in through a window? There goes your scorpion bucket over the door plan. Then I'll just scorpion bucket trap every possible entry point then. Man, with all due respect, I've seen the contents of your scorpion drawer. You've got enough scorpions to fill like 3 buckets, tops. Oh, for the love of... Great Abel. Ask God for ideas. Last resort. Ah, shit, he's right. God, help us. God, do you perchance have any suggestions of your own? Sure do. Send to me. Well, that's enough from God tonight. Really, I'm being serious and whatnot. Send me. I'll deal with those 2 scallywags. How on earth would you succeed when the small demonic one had no chance? Well, I'm God for a start. All I have to do is turn the bullets in the yeehaw man's gun into gravy, and then what do you know? Threat diffused. You can do that? No clue. Maybe? I'm a little rusty, but I created the universe, didn't I? By Chinese takeout left in a corner. Hell, I'm sure I could drop them off in some kind of pocket dimension. I'd love to see those 2 figure out a way out one of those cesspits without my help. So, can be somewhat useful to me, aside from using that toasty keister of yours. Yeah, like, watch this. Except God in the heart, there is no chance. Am very powerful. Except God in the heart. There is no chance. What the fuck? Alright. I'll cut you a deal, trash hound. Imprison the fugitives, and I'll pay you what I would have paid Stabby, Shooty, and the scary half-pint, had they succeeded. What, money? Yes, obviously I mean money. A vast amount of it, too. How's about you throw an omelet on top of the rest of the dog food you promised me for a job well done, we call it a day. Hobo, I'm the supreme ruler of Dialtown. I can grant you anything your houndish heart desires, no matter how opulent or decadent the request. Titles, land, riches, untold power, it can all be yours. Nah, an omelet's good. I'm hanging out with Oliver tomorrow. We watch bad CG mockbuster movies together sometimes, and that boy just loves his omelets. First of all, let me be clear, I will have you hanged, drawn, and quartered for high treason should you ever feel it appropriate to once again describe me how you choose to waste your time when you aren't in my presence. Why not just ask for 2 omelets so you each get one? Nah, we'll share. You'll be lucky if I don't season the omelet with ricin in it at this point. I prefer if you did, if me and him are sharing. Oliver's probably allergic to poison. Fine, just go. Contain those 2 meandering fools, and the omelet you crave shall be yours. Ha! Nice. Right, here we are, the outskirts of town. Kinda peaceful out here. Reminds me a little of my homestead. Minus the glowing neon amusements in the background, I suppose. Ha! I told you that not all of downtown's such a run place. Right, because there ain't nobody around these parts save for us. My tent's pretty much the same. Wait, idea. You'd always move your whole shack out here, you know. Idea. Nope. I am not moving into your tent with you, partner. Aw, why not? You said that your tent's over in the park, right? Yeah, it is. Why? I don't think I could resist the urge to shoot every swan I see. Vicious bastards. Oh man, Randy's gonna love you. Who's Randy? He's a friend of mine and a former mortal nemesis to swankind. Oh, and you're about to meet him. For a green scoundrel, you sure are well connected, ain't you? I like helping people. Yeah, and you tend to meet people when you actually leave your home once every 10 years. By the end of tonight, you'll be well connected too. Yes. Now, if I can help it, I won't. I still don't get your weird vendetta against innocent residents of Dialtown. Partner, if ordinary folk let bigotry reign supreme and just watch you get mistreated without lifting a finger, don't you think they're at least somewhat complicit in your mistreatment? Mouse triumphs when good folk could just look on. Right, but Karen and Oliver helped us out. Alright, those 2 may have assistance as granted, and Randy's gonna help us too. You really think so? I know so. Now come on, Randall's a-waitin'. So much for him awaiting us, he ain't even there. Oh, he's asleep inside the booth. He sleeps in there. Not a very good employee, is he? Sleeping on the job. Oh, you misunderstand. He isn't on the job right now. He sleeps at work. Partner, I don't mean this in a mean sort of way, but I reckon if the human ancestor that sprouted legs and crawled out of the ocean knew that the efforts result... I honestly reckon he would have crawled on back into the ocean and gnawed his own legs off just in case he changed his mind and wanted to get involved in another go later on. Hey now, a year ago he slept in a dumpster. Huh. Well, that's progress, I suppose. Alright, we're gonna need to wake him up. Oh, that's easy. I know just how to wake him up. Make some noise. He'll show himself, but I'll wake up. Just be careful. He's kind of skittish. And the slightest... Yeah! The wars! Phone Genie. And a cowboy. Oh Lord, I haven't seen you in a whole year. What are you doing here? Hey man, yeah, we kinda need a favor. But first, meet Norm. Norm, Randall. Randall, Norm. Hey, Say, what's with the big bag over your head, friend? Wait, are you also trying to conceal your hideous face from the world? Didn't work for me. 8 people said they could still smell my virginity through the bag. Please cease your gibbering and jabbering, partner. You're bumming me out. That's not why he's hiding his face. He's a normie, Randy. I told you not to call me a... Wait, really? In the flesh head? Huh. I didn't know that, that your type were, allowed to be in here in Dialtown. Nah, I was exiled from town years ago, just like your green buddy was last spring. I don't know if I should be more afraid that you're a normie or a cowboy, because I've had a few bad erotic experiences with Yeehaw Men, you know? I don't know whether to chastise you for implying that you should be afraid of normies, or question how you somehow managed to grow a sexual distaste for cowboys given how few of us are moseying on around these parts. Wait, before you do decide whether or not you wish to chastise or interrogate me, did I mishear what you said, or did you say Phone Genie was also exiled from Dialtown? Yeah, you see, Randy, all started with a tantalizing green breakfast. This will go smoothly if I explain this all again. Several minutes of barely comprehensible, frantic explanation later! Huh. Frankly, I also would have eaten the green breakfast a year ago, before I managed to land a job that allowed me to actually buy my own food. Probably would have, picked the syringes out first, though. Poppycock, the syringes add flavor. Oh, please, you'd have been too hungry to notice them. Yeah, perhaps you're right. It's a good thing that I don't have gums, or else those would be in bits right now. Trust me, partner, you don't want bleeding gums in a phone-headed dentist's world, take it from me. So, on a more relevant note, what is it you two need from me? We need to enter the fun fair. Gotta check if my eggs are alright. Oh, that's no problem. You two can go right in. Let me know when you need me to open the gate. You know we don't have any money, right? Well, Phone Genie doesn't. The bills in my wallet have phoneless presidents on them, which I doubt your boss would accept. Hey, it's all good. Phone Genie never has money. Monsters eat gravel. Monster eats gravel and lives in a tent mere yards from a swan-infested pond. So that's kind of a given, you know? Monster eats what? But I own Phone Genie my life, Norm. Monster got me this job. Saved me from living in a literal dumpster. If Monster hadn't pushed me to go for this job, well, I never would have realized that I deserved better. I'd probably be incredibly dead by now, in all honesty. See, lying face down in a pond, being pecked at by ravenous waterfowl. Oh, well, a hotline customer is still on the line asking me if I'm feeling randy tonight. Alright, I only got some of that, but it all sounded immensely hellish. Yeah, my sympathy, partner. Thanks, but I don't need that anymore. Thanks to Phone Genie, I've had time to heal. Wait. Randy, your handages, they're gone. I didn't even notice that. Since I don't have to wrangle hostile feathered shredder dinos every day, I've had time to heal too, I guess. You don't know how much of a difference you've made in my life, Phone Genie. I never would have stopped feeling sorry for myself or realized that my happiness is in my own hands without you. Jeez, is there anyone in Dialtown that you haven't helped, partner? This is starting to get borderline ridiculous. Hey, it's no coincidence, Norm. Monster even gave me a new head for my bandage. Normally, I presume that you said those two words the wrong way around, but I've seen weirder things today. Oh, yeah, no, I did. I was always messing up my greeting at the, Here's a fun fact. The first thing that I ever said to Phone Genie was immediate fuck up. Set the bar at an appropriately low level the moment I began talking. And still, Phone Genie gifted me my new bandage, made me feel like a sweetheart. Every day I try to live life decisively, to live up to the bandage's expectations. they say you gotta fake it till you make it after all. What I'm saying is, Phone Genie doesn't give up on people. I'm beginning to understand that now, yeah. He's right about himself, you know. It's safe to hope again, Norm. I promise. Alright, enough of the mushy stuff. I suppose you've given me a lot to think about. Come on, let's just go tend to those eggs of yours, alright? Huh, you seem sort of dazed, baby. I'm not a baby, I just can't believe how many lives you've affected for the better is all. Go right on inside, friends. Gates open when you're ready to go. Will do. It was a pleasure to meet you, Randy. Thank you kindly for the wisdom, friend. Happy trails. Hey, it's no problem. Hope you do find what you're looking for. The remains of Madame Mediocre. No! Fuck! Where are the eggs? They're exactly what I'm looking for. So that's been disturbed. Hang on just a moment. Is that a sticky note? Let me see here. What entire... Why did you just do that? Free slice of cheese, of course I ate it. There was writing on it, partner. Context. Now, we'll never get to know what it said. Well, if they wanted us to read the words, then maybe they shouldn't have written what they had to say on a slice of cheese. You're goddamn ingrate, you... Wait, hold on for a jiffy. What did you assume I have my face scrawled on to? Well, could be cheese, in fairness. Which hilarious me. But you're also armed with a real gun. So I was just planning to wait till you blinked so I could look at and find out. You're just a flesh phone with a green bumpkin hanging off it, I swear to God. Ha! Nice try, but pumpkins aren't green. Well, okay, granted, the rotten ones are. Did I say pumpkin? Besides, what kind of clown to make the protagonist of their game, make the protagonist of a game of theirs orange? What a game! Hey, fellows, what's the haps? Oh, speak of the devil, or rather, speak of the god. Norm, meet God. God, Norm. Howdy do, partnerino. Mighty gnarly day, ain't it? Heh, learned how to talk like an old-timey ingrate from my new buddy, Oliver. Whoa, you know Oliver now? Fuck, what else did I miss in a year I was out of town? Not a whole lot has changed, actually, minus the random isopod event. Guy just got lonely without you being in town and needing someone to watch awful CG mockbusters with him. Just approached me on the street and asked if I wanted to come over. Mentioned he tried with someone else, but apparently this Randy character was too afraid of the dancing CG critters to finish the movie with him. Personally, I'm usually too drunk to keep up with full motion picture, but hey, I'll take free party food where I can get it. Phone Genie, I'm mighty disappointed in you for lying to me. What? I mean, yeah, I lied impulsively, but which lie, huh? You seriously expect me to believe this feller's God? I'm a God-fearing man, you know. Do you honestly think I'd be bold enough to... Hey, you don't need to be afraid of me, man. I'm as chill as they come. Oh, wait. Kick me, I'm God. Ah, shit, I misspoke. You actually should be very much afraid of me. Sorry, my bad. I'm not used to being an active threat. What's up, God? Was you feeling all aggressive today? Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, the mayor's a-looking for you two. Really? The mayor hired you to come and retrieve us? Yeah, and boy, she must have been a special kind of desperate to have turned to me of all people. Why are you doing this, God-man? Surely you've got other stuff to do with your time. You're better than this. Nah, I'm really not. Shit, you've got me there. Or, it's like watching a preschooler negotiate with a particularly crafty stray dog. You know, God, I never pegged you as the mercenary type, in all honesty. Really seems like too much. Really, it seems like too much effort for you. Well, yeah. Normally it would be, sure. But, would you believe it? She offered me an entire omelet in exchange for me bringing you two fellers to her. I'm seeing Oliver tomorrow, and I want to look like a big shot for the boy. TM. We're watching that awful CG rat mockbuster tomorrow night. Rat or whatever. Seriously, quarter of the movie's runtime is just awful CG rats complimenting the rat restaurant's food. Oh, Jeannie, I'm having those murderous thoughts of mine again. Thanks for the heads up, Norm. Oh, by the way, hey God, have you seen my eggs? Oh yeah, sure. Sweet. What's the haps then, my man? Mingus told me to ask you where you think she's getting the eggs for my omelet from. The fridge, I would think? Oh, right, yeah, that's, exactly where I would assume she dug around for him too. Right. Yeah, no. She says she's gonna cook your unhatched babies. No! That's like 5 omelets worth of egg, though! What's she gonna do with the other 4? She said she's gonna slap the rest of them into a big old pot and make herself a massive poor boys gumbo. That's really lame. I hate it when the mayor devours my young ones. Yeah, that's a real bummer, alright. Alright, let's get this over with. I'm gonna quickly tie you both up and then I can take you back to... Hang on just a moment. Ooh, God. Anyways, you're nuts if you think I'm just gonna let you hog tie me like I'm some kind of hog. Oh, come on, friend. It won't be that bad. Some people have to pay milves to do this too. You're getting hot tied for free. Milves? Yeah, that's plural of milf. That ain't right. Yeah, huh? What's plural of wolf then? Wolves, but it's an acronym. You can't just... Jeez, it's like I'm talking to Oliver's odd friend again. The sweet, unfinished sentence is even stronger instance that the plural of MILF isn't, in fact, MILVs. Man, you guys are cool. Sorry I'm doing this. Ah, well, let's get you two all tied up. Yeah, Norm, let God tie you up. It's fine. I'm really surprised that Randy didn't agree that the plural of MILF was MILVs. You'd think that someone who worked for a phone sex hotline would know better, right? Phone Genie! There's a lot more at stake right now than your bearing pound correctly understanding that the plural of MILF is in fact MILFs. Norm, you don't understand. This is important. What's important is shooting the mayor before she devours your young, damn it. But Norm, shooting the mayor is like violent. Monster's right, in fairness. That's the entire point. See, well, I don't personally care as to whether Priscilla Puss lives or dies after I get that omelet. The mayor gave me explicit orders not to let you shoot her in the face, and I really want that omelet. Sorry, fellas. God, this blows. It really does. Yes, you suck. You fucking reek, bitch. Super fucking... Yeah, okay, scratch that. I'm sorry, that was mean. That was more than justified. Hey, we're the good guys. We don't have to be rude. I'll be as rude as I like to folks that are trying to kidnap us. Okay, kidnapping is also pretty rude, granted. I'm just saying, we're better than this. Ah, come on, friendos. Can't yous just be happy for me? I'm getting a free omelet. Yeah, one made from one of Phone Genie's unhatched kin. Okay, when you phrase it like that, I do sound like a bit of a dick. Give me one reason I shouldn't just shoot you here and now. Well, if you shoot me right now, you'll never get to know what I was gonna ask you. Alrighty, then. ask your question then, for my last shred of patient tears away like a wet tissue paper. Hey, bro, can you spare time? I'm sorry, Phone Genie, I just gotta... Kill him now, do it. Norm, don't shoot God, he's a bro. He's trying to sell us down the river for an omelet, partner. He doesn't know any better, Norm. Yeah, I'm just a widow creature. I know not what I do and all that humbug. A second ago, you were telling me that you were God. The God. I'm also God, yeah. Now, again, come on, man. Can you spare a dime if you love me so much? For your information, I don't give to panhandlers. Not the charitable type, I take it. Phone Genie? Hey, Phone Genie? Not with money, no. Especially not with kindness or feelings. He has his redeeming qualities, allegedly. It's not with money, no. I'm trying to help you out, you know. Your pals got quite a temper, Phone Genie. I'd rather have a temper than be a worthless grifter, partner. The real guy never begged from his children. You ever gone to church? Of course. I went every Sunday before I got exiled, as a matter of fact. Church hands around a donation basket every week, pal, courtesy of the big G himself. Not a cent of which actually ends up in my greasy paws, by the way. So yet again, I insist, surely you spare but a single dime, my lord. Well, if you're all powerful, that means you can conjure matter from thin air, so why not just create some change of your own, huh? Why beg from honest, hard-working folk like me? Hey, I'm Rusty. Last time I created the universe, it instantly exploded. He's right, you know. People are still talking about the Big Bang like trillions of seconds later. Yeah, it was kind of a big deal. Okay, look, I've had enough of this sacrilege. Beggar, you've taken up plenty of our time. We're just gonna mosey on over to Mare and blow her brains out before she manages to eat my friend's wretched green offspring, alright? Did you just refer to me as your friend? Yeah, heck this jazz, if you'll pardon my French. Did you just refer to me as your friend? I also just referred to you kids as wretched, so don't get too big for your boots, partner. In fairness, they are green and scaly, yeah. I want boots. Please stop talking. Okay, see, the fact that you've accepted that you're going to the mayor's office now is a real boon for me. But your adamant not letting me use up stick is starting to irritate me. How's about I just hand you guys the rope, you tie yourselves up, nice and easy, and we avoid having an unpleasant encounter, eh? I like that idea. Let's do that. How's about you stop hassling us before I give you a gut full of lead? Pal, if you're carrying around human intestines filled with lead, then you're more fucked up than I know how to deal with. He is pretty fucked up, yeah. Man, I'll fill your gut up with lead bullets, goddammit! Well, see, if you're gonna use my name in vain, the least you could do is buy me lunch first. For the last time, partner, you ain't God and you stink. Enough. I am God here. One tarnation. God damn it, Norm, you've angered God. This is bigger than you know, you green simpleton. God dog. This isn't about exiles, Hags, or even society itself. This is about me wanting my fucking omelet. I want that omelet so fucking much, Phone Genie. I will tear you apart molecule by molecule if you dare stand in my way, you tiny goddamn fool. Oh, the cage is made out of bones, that's funny. If I can create all this useless fucking garbage around us, then I can watch it burn without feeling anything. Mother of God. That's right, fuckers. I'm going Old Testament style again. It's omelet time. So this is who I've been saying my prayers to for my whole life? Oh, your prayers were dog shit anyway, and I turned out eons ago. Oh, wow, why doesn't Dialtown think I'm a good bloke? Oh, why can't I get it up? I'm wearing my erotica hat. I should be hard as a... Hey, those are meant to be private. I really hope the hat you're wearing right now isn't your erotica hat. The only prayers I still listen to are from that Johnny Lincoln kid from Dayton, Ohio. He prays whenever he sees a cool dog to tell me about it. The rest of y'all just use me as all-powerful agony and my cosmic mailbox is full to the brim already. Thanks. Such rage, God. This isn't you. You've sold out, man. Bullshit. I haven't sold out, dude. You're a giant floating many-faced Samoyed god. That's not ideal. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. I create the universe, bro. I shouldn't have to beg for omelets. I shouldn't be at the bottom of the food chain. You're happier at the bottom of the food chain, dude. You get to get up every day and eat trash. It's your true nature. I mean, ask yourself this. Are you actually having fun right now? Shit, this fucking sucks. God, for Pete's sake, if you're that sore for an omelet, I'll make you one. You can cook? I've lived alone for years, partner. You're goddamn right I can fry up an omelet. Good lord. I mean, there's only like 3 steps involved. It's frankly astounding that you can't, given how long you've been alive and kicking. Alright then, so, if I'm understanding this right, the mayor's willing to give me an omelet for capturing you two and bringing yous to her, and you'll give me an omelet for doing literally nothing. Nothing wins. Yay, inactivity! Insert inertia for life, baby! I'm just gonna take the dog food she paid me to show up her stupid meetings and vamoose. That's great! But aren't you afraid to double-cross her? Oh, please. What's she gonna do? Take away your dog food and send you to jail? Who cares if she sends me to jail? They serve the same chow there anyway. Alright then, Phone Genie. Looks like we've got ourselves some eggs to go and wrangle, eh? Oh, right, about that. Before I go, might as well let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. Your eggs are fine, my dude. Theodore has them. Of all people that could have them, it has to be that guy. Oh, so you're familiar with the egg clutch environment then? I guess you could say that we have a history, yes. Huh. So, if what's-his-face has them, then why in tarnation did you tell us that the mayor was gonna eat them then, huh? I don't know, man. She told me to. She figured you'd cooperate better if you thought she had you by the balls, I guess. No, see, our first instinct was to kill her with an even greater amount of haste when you told us that. Yeah, no, she's floundering, my dude. Her plan's in literal shambles. I mean, why do you think she hired me of all people to get yous? Like, you guys don't even have to speed walk at this point. There's no urgency. Take a stroll, lick some of the broken glass on the pavement. I know you two have tongues under there. Go nuts. You know? Thanks, partner. I suppose I'll see you around, especially since you're apparently everywhere. You think I'm everywhere? I'm barely here right now. Don't worry, your fledged little noggin about tracking me down. I'll come find you next time. Won't forget about that omelet. Ciao. You know, some days I often find myself wondering why a loving God would leave my prayers unanswered. But now, well, now I reckon they might have been a blessing in disguise. Exactly, he would have given you lousy advice had he answered. Sheriff Softy. Erectile dysfunction deputy. You done? Butch castrated Cassidy. You're done. I swear you pray to God about a one-time problem. Sigh. So, about that Theodore fellow the bum mentioned. You mean God? It'd be much easier for me if I just pretend he ain't God. Not fair, but continue. You mentioned that you and this Theodore fella have some kind of history. And from the tone of your voice, I gather y'all didn't exactly frolic and pick daisies together. Oh yeah, right, yeah. Theodore is the zookeeper over at the Dialtown Zoo. I used to live there, you know, inside one of the enclosures. Yeah, I lived in the zoo of all places. I mean, I do live in a tent now. If there was a handy-dandy ranked list of places for cryptid folks to reside in the zoo, definitely be at least a notch or two below your tent, if you ask me. At least your average tent is specifically intended to house human life inside, or, you know? Living in a zoo enclosure is just degrading. You're telling me I spent quite a while in there. Boy, I can only imagine. How'd they even get you to only staying there for that long? I didn't. Hang on. You were allowed to leave when you wanted to, right, partner? Son of a... I'm gonna fucking kill him. I think we have bigger things on our mind right now. No, it's fine. It ain't fine. I didn't serve in the Air Force, watch my friends get shut down, fight for freedom just so folks like him in America could strip it away from folks like us whenever they feel like it. It just brings my blood to a boil seeing folks getting their freedom, their humanity stripped away. It ain't just, partner. Relax, Norm. My eggs aren't in danger. Theodore's, yeah, he's a bit much, but... Well, to put it bluntly, the creep's completely obsessed with me. Those eggs aren't in any danger, quite the opposite. I know for a fact that he's going to try and hatch them. No, that's even worse than having him smash them to pieces. How? Them hatching is, you know, the best possible outcome, right? Surely you don't want your kids to hatch in captivity for the first memories to be of their imprisonment. You're a parent now, Phone Genie. It's your duty to ensure your kids get a better life than that. Yeah, well, someone's awfully anal about my past all of a sudden. You really think so? Is that even a question? And with a question mark, so yeah? Look, exile's bad, because being told you can't go somewhere you should be able to call home is obviously dehumanizing. But being told you can't go anywhere but the confines of a dingy little cell? Screw dehumanizing, most critters don't deserve that sort of treatment, except swans. Even the most garbage ones, such as pelicans and the like. Yeah, okay, you're right, thanks. Agree, disagree on the pelicans thing specifically. Fuck pelicans. Imagine being able to use your mouth as a bucket and not being permanently grateful for it. Bastards. Oh hey, back in your time, did pelicans bite? You know, pre-dial-up? They sure as hell did, yes sirree. They had mouths back then, instead of, buckets. They have bucket heads now. A thoroughly shit-tier critter, well and truly. Ooh, speaking of shit-tier bird creatures, my friend Randy used to be bitten by swans every day. And they had printers for head, or shredders for heads. It was like his thing. What sort of heads do those things have now? Paper shredders. Dear God. The phone Pope should have that man canonized as a saint for his service to humanity, keeping Dialtown safe from the menace known as swankind. Nah, he didn't do much to keep us safe. He was more of a distraction, I guess. A chew toy for swans. Jeez, and I reckon I had it bad. Ooh, question. What was Bigfoot's head like pre-dial-up? Much like the rest of his body, it was composed of 100% bona fide thing thin air, seeing as Bigfoot doesn't even exist. Bigfoot is real and redated. He's wonderful. Sure he do. Bigfoot ain't real. I simply refuse to budge on this. Most of the world probably thinks you aren't real, you know. Yeah, because the mayor tried to have my existence covered up. I mean, you could have just hitchhiked somewhere else, right? Dialtown is right next to a highway. I don't think he really cared about you being seen in the slightest. Fine, then, I guess by all accounts I shouldn't exist. But I ain't as much as a freak as I am the product of freak happenstance, you know. Novelty is relative. What's mundane to you is, well, you have a fleshhead and you've personally met clowns. Hey, just because clowns existed back in my time doesn't mean they were considered mundane nor normal. We had to invent a whole word for people who were afraid of clowns, and then almost never used it because that happened to sum up pretty much all of humanity. Anyhow. Look, I know the clowns died valiantly standing up for our country's freedom and whatnot, but they will not be missed by Sergeant Norm Allen, no sirree. Sure, clown talk aside, Bigfoot is delightful and indeed doesn't exist. Bigfoot ain't real. And I'd be a rotten friend, traveling companion, if I let you continue thinking he was. I know Bigfoot better than I know you, dude. And frankly, I trust him with my life before I trust you. Then why in tarnation are you traveling with me and not him, huh? Because he ain't real, right? I figured as such. Because I need someone on the outside. If Bigfoot was also hanging around at your pad, I'd have dropped you like a hot potato. I can kill you in a multitude of agonizing ways and relatively easy, you know. Go on then. Do it, bitch. Are you just, like, allergic to any and all positive character development? I've something to gain weight to develop the gout soon, as a matter of fact. That's not what I meant by... Why do you even want it? I think it'd be best if we just made for the zoo. For another one of those damn cat goons shows up and to kick us in the shins or something asinine to that effect. Come on, phone genie. We've got us some eggs to wrangle. Alright, what's our game plan? Oh god, it's really locked down. As in, the gate is open, but there's a spotlight. I say we walk in and grab the eggs. That's the plan. Well, if we don't grab the eggs, how are we supposed to get them out of here? I mean, we're hardly accounting for us facing any resistance, are we? What about security? The baboon enclosure's got a padlock now. We're safe. I'm afraid I don't understand. 06, 05, 2006. Never forgetty. Phone genie, what the fuck are you talking about? Aha! What's this I see? 2 rapscallions here to pilfer my mayorally assigned bounty, no doubt. What incarnation is he saying? Why does he have a mustache on a phone head? Norm, relax. It's normal. This was all established ages ago. Was it? Not for me, it wasn't. Why does he have a... Norm, shh, it's okay. I'll handle this. Shh, there we go. Quiet time. Now allow me. Ahem. Furor, you are a bastard man. I command thee to give my children back the suit. Relinquish your shelled spotlings, I think not. Fuck, that was all I had. Alright, now looky here, partner. He can't. So the mayor wasn't just exhaling copious amounts of hot air, as I'd previously assumed. A normie in the flesh. Who tarnation are you calling it? How now? The Norman doth protest too much, methinks. What the fuck is a doth? Call me that again and I'll make you eat that mustache of yours, zebra boy. Perhaps I was foolish to expect a frontier bumpkin, a brute, to be familiar with the most gifted playwright, Willine Ringspear. Willine Ringspear. For crying out loud, there, roar. His name was William Shakespeare. His plays were agonizing things to sit through. Gonna have to side with Norm on this one, Theo. Personally, in my opinion, I can't fucking read. So, yeah, don't quote asinine old literature to me, partner. I was there when, granted a small amount of, it was written. My, you aren't just a marvel of biology, but also of history. What we as a species, what I could learn from you. Norm, I have a plan. I'll try words first, guns second. Fair enough. We'll return to my idea later then. Look, I'm gonna talk straight here, and that happens to be the only way I speak, and totally not like a cowboy. You're a monster, partner. Taking away the autonomy of sentient beings, good folk like a pal phone genie here. It ain't right. I ain't American. That's a razorhead. Well, that's your way of seeing things, I suppose. Say, is that a NASA suit you happen to be donning? And donning superbly, I must say. Tell me, cowboy. Was it quite so American for NASA to hire discreetly Nazi scientists en masse following the Second World War? Oh, so we could send a metallic phallic fantasy project to an orb-shaped mass of cheese in outer space. That doesn't excuse. It wasn't about vanity, friend. It was about our country's pride. Also, we were racing the Stalin man to the moon. We were showing that freedom could reach the deepest depths of this very universe, even outer space itself, if need be. Does pretending that our holders care about freedom and ignoring atrocities committed by this very nation help you sleep at night, Normie? Oh, you're one to talk about dirty consciences, whiskers. Look, if you want to slap iron bars around a sleepy half-sentient taper, then be my guest partner. That's your right as an American citizen. But locking up folks like my pal Phone Genie here just because they don't look the same as you, that makes me go from seeing red, white, and blue to just red. The eggs, mustachio, hand them over before I shoot those whiskers right off your face. Ha! You call that a pea shooter a firearm? Now this is a gun you could say bully to. Fuck, he's got a big gun. That's one big gun, Norm. Fuck! That's a lever, it's a lever action. Looks to be an 1873. Big gun. Yes, Phone Genie. Big gun. Well then, Miss Chevs, it would seem that I am the only party here with the adequate firepower needed to make demands. So to resolve this conflict, I'll extend an olive branch and offer up a most adequatable, whatever the fuck, bargain. Norm, shoot his hands. He can't use his gun that way. You insist to remain with your younglings, Phone Genie? Why, I think I could arrange that. Arrange what now? A luxury enclosure, one with ample room for you and your younglings to romp, roam, prance, and frolic around in. I would give most anything to study your parental instincts up close. Luxury sell, you say? Fat chance the fuck I'm put cigars out on my baby's just spite. Oh, that's a big commitment, kind of like a timeshare. Can I have a moment to... A luxury sell, you say? Seriously, Phone Genie? You bargain your own freedom off to a man like this? the freedom of your kids. Best to negotiate from a position of power, though, right? Tired, hungry, and damn, don't leave me alone. Position of power. I think you'll find that with a rifle pointed at you, the power is very much in my hands. Shh, I'm retorting, Theodore. Rightio! Actually, Theo, I wanted to ask you, why did the mayor give my eggs to you? It's not like her to give anyone something for nothing. A most astute observation, Green One. You see, the mayor inducted me into the Mingling, her League of Concerned Citizens, to... You mean her secret society? No, you have it all wrong, friend. You see, the Mingling is actually a... Yeah, no, spare us the spiel, the half-pint rat would yell out. That rapscallion! Whatever the case, I made myself quite useful to the mayor, you see. The eggs were the payment I received for doing a little favor for her. Decisively removing a different rogue element from Dialtown. Rogue element? Why, yes! The return of my escape mystery exhibit, of course. You don't mean... Who else? Why, the elusive Sasquatch, of course. Back in captivity where he belongs. You fiend! Release him at once! Firstly, Bigfoot does not exist. He does. I've met him, Norm. And I happen to own him. And you're a right bastard for it. And secondly, why did you get more upset at learning that this fellow supposedly captured Bigfoot compared to, say, your children? And my kids are kind of overrated. I'm ready to move things along. Hey, I can be upset about both. You should never be more concerned about Bigfoot than your kid, Phone Genie. I've met Bigfoot. Those little fuckers haven't even hatched yet. That's your opinion, but I respect it, even if I don't agree with you. UWU. Unbelievable. All is fair in love and zoo, Norman. Lord, give me strength. What kind of zoo would even house a supposed Sasquatch alongside you, of all things? Isn't this the sort of place only meant for animals? Aha! I see what it is you're covertly getting at. Mon ami, please don't assume I wish to cast you out just because you aren't in the family way. A chance to study a normie up close, why? I find myself shuddering with anticipation as I consider the very notion of getting to do so. Like there's a goddamn chance I'd willingly hand our freedom to the likes of you. I've got my piece locked and loaded, partner, and I've killed more flies than any other poor bastard I've ever known. And if you can find a faster shot than me anywhere in the country, I'll eat my hat. But wait, your hat has the U.S. flag on it. Wouldn't devouring the flag be treasonous? Quiet, you. I must say, I'd advise against that, my bagged friend. I think you'd find my reflexes would be quite impeccable. Why, I periodically shoot this rifle whilst I slumber. He's telling the truth, unfortunately. He shot like 14 tap years through the wall. That I have, yes! Why, this whole place is it's a goddamn madhouse. Shooting tap ears through the wall like fish in a barrel. You're no hunter, and certainly no man of science. Now, that's verifiably untrue. I'm wearing an astronaut suit, partner. I reckon I understand science, thank you very much. Right, but you're also a cowboy hat with an American flag on it. The hat wearer of choice for men who despise fancy schmancy science and shoot at healthcare. Please stop helping. Look, you don't even need to be a scientist to see that this place is nothing more than a graveyard to a genuine understanding. Do you honestly think you can judge a creature's natural behavior from an observation point up outside a cramped concrete cell. None of this is scientific in the slightest, and frankly, well, you're an ingrate, partner. Plain and simple. Why, I never. I've done my share of fieldwork, I'll have you know. Why, I insist on wrangling every creature that I have on display myself. There isn't one wretched beast confined within my walls that I haven't personally sucked right in the jaw. In the bastards in the crocodile enclosure? Indeed, and untranquilized too. One Tarzan nation, one tarantula nation. You're not just an ingrate, you're out of your goddamn mind. Wait, Theo, are you still so, limmy after wrestling Trunks? Shouldn't you be missing at least a few of those? Monsieur, have you ever heard of a hand transplant? Right, so, thanks for nothing. Your zoo serves no purpose, only stands to give men like you an excuse to strip freedom from anything you find lesser than yourself. But, what of the children? Little Billy will strangle your lemurs if given free reign of the place. No, I was referring to the non-lost causes. As you know, Dialtown is a thoroughly uninteresting place. The zoo, while it, granted, may not be perfect, it is a slice of which is exotic here in our dull backwater town. A way to bring adventure to Dialtown's susceptible youth. And how's attendance been lately? And with free entry as of late, I've struggled to attract seemingly any guests at all. But the people will come. Theo, my dude, this place is pressing. By capturing these animals and sealing them away, can't you see? You're hoarding the adventure all for yourself. If you had to go out and wrangle these animals yourself to seek your own adventure, shouldn't the rest of Dialtown? Huh. Surprisingly well said, Phone Genie. I can't believe Why, you aren't just right, you're right on the money. This town, the reason it's gone soft, not like the underbelly of a beach turtle, is because of yours truly. In my haste, my well-intentioned adventurous instincts, I fattened, nay, spoiled Dialtown's appetite, quenching this town's wanderlust, depriving Dialtown's fair populace of an adventure of their very own. Well, no more! I, Theodore Roosevelt, will tear down the walls of this wretched institution, brick by brick if I must. I will painstakingly separate brick from mortar, all in the name of adventure! Sure, and I'll take that. Sure, and I'll take that. Finally, some real firepower. Ahem. Also kind of rude you just take his gun. Also, looks like you have a mustache. Oh, right. Heh. Sorry, partner. I'm a simple man with simple pleasures. And lever-action rifles I like to call a universal pleasure. Overcompensating much? Anyhow, I believe you owe us some eggs, Stashy McGee. Ah, yes. 5 calcium-coated green bowling balls coming right up. Funnily enough, I think that was the same animation for laying them. My babies! Phone Genies are your babies. Alright then. It is now time to render this wicked institution inoperable. Are you just gonna open the cages and let the varmints inside run free then? My visage obscured friend, where's the adventure to be had in that? I will breach this panda penitentiary's walls with dynamite. Do you just have dynamite laying around all willy-nilly? Yes, Norm, obviously he just has dynamite laying around all willy-nilly. And with that, I bid you adieu. Farewell, my beloved panda penitentiary. Huh. Wonder if he's actually gonna just... Jesus fucking... Ah! You okay, Norm? Oh, don't be such a baby. It will booms. Did you just hear something, dude? How in thunderation did you barely hear that ruckus? Oh, yeah, I'm a little deaf nowadays. Hey, at least the zebras are free. No. I'm stupid. Giraffes. My hearing's been less sensitive since I burnt my eardrums out. And there's an ostrich, I believe, with a Tommy gun. How on earth did you manage that? Stared the sun too long. Let Lily Billy pop my eardrums with a pointy stick. And a baboon. I think. With a drum. What? Why would you? He said it'd make my head think faster. Like taking the plastic wrap off a couch after you finish painting your living room. You... So, you lived under that deranged feller for how long exactly? Didn't have a calendar in my cell, Norm. And considering can't we read, well, I would have just wiped my ass with it. And that and or use it as a napkin. You know, I can't tell if I respect you more for seeing what you've lived through up close or just fear you a little now. How do you even survive in a place like this? Believe it or not? Can make a sling from broken limbs out of duct tape. Surviving actually comes quite natural to me. I do it. You can make it almost through anything if there's something to reach for. It's a lot harder without one, ain't it? Is that? No, it couldn't be. Is it? Phone Genie, what are you talking about? Bigfoot, my darling, it's you! Holy shit. That's fucking Bigfoot. What the fuck? Shh, baby, it's okay. This is Norm. He's friend. Yes, baby, he's an ally of the Squatch. Oh, baby, that's a paper bag. He's covering up his normie face. Isn't that right, Norm? Was Bigfoot just real the whole time without me knowing? Why didn't anyone try to tell me? Oh, shit. That doesn't count somehow. It counts, baby. It counts. He's a sprinting 8-man howling Tarzan Nation. Has he evaded capture for God knows how long? Oh, let's just calm down. Bigfoot, come out from behind your hands. There we go. Now the other one. A minute ago, we were negotiating with a mustachioed zookeeper holding a rifle. Now we're coaxing Bigfoot out from behind his own hands? Yes, get with the program already. There we go. See, Bigfoot? Norm familiar. Norm friend to Squatch. Remember Noses Bigfoot from before the dial-up? He has one of those fellas, Bigfoot. He's got lips. Why do you tell him that for? Now you're making it sound like I want to kiss him. Well, do you? Obviously not. Don't let me using male pronouns throw you off. Well, I haven't personally expected, Bigfoot could be biologically female is all I'm saying. Are you Bigfoot? Ah, nah, don't do this to me. You can't do this to me, Phone Genie. I'm mixed up enough without having to envision a world where me and Bigfoot are capable of breeding. This is funny. Just hang on 1 second. See, I just mentioned lips. Now you're the one talking about fucking Bigfoot. Why you... Norm, please keep your voice down. He's easily startled. You must approach him gently, with an apple in your outstretched palm, not unlike with a wild horse. Lord, this is weird. This is all somewhat less weird for Bigfoot, I'm sure. After all, he also lived through a time when folks like you existed and frolicked around freely. To him, you are norm all. Huh. Plus, you know, Bigfoot is very familiar with who I am, of course.
Oh.
Alright, forgive my lack of tact, but I've got to ask. How in tarnation are you acquainted with Bigfoot of all folks?
Oh.
Yes, Bigfoot. What we have is indeed very special and whimsical. You see, Norm, long story short, I once tried to domesticate Bigfoot, tried making him an American Dialtown citizen. How would that work when you're completely feral? Yeah, see, but that was but one unworkable obstacle of many. The biggest one being, this Bigfoot we're talking about. So you're the one who taught him to keep his cool around humans then, right? No, he had plenty of experience with humans already, I presume. That can't be right. You found the Korean War, right? How's your Korean? I could have speak it passably years ago, I suppose. If you can learn a language dropping bombs from planes, Bigfoot can sure as hell learn about humans sprinting through this nation's forests and national parks. Who knows, maybe Bigfoot even managed to learn a few human words. If so, do you think he'd understand things like human profanity, or would those words be Greek to him? Good question. Do you know fuck, Bigfoot? Don't phrase it like that. You're playing with fire when you ask Bigfoot stuff like that. At least time to post for a bit, or put a collar and leash on him before you ask questions like that, please and thank you. Whoa, a moment ago you were talking about freedom. Someone's a wee bit of a hypocrite, ain't they? First of all, that ain't a natural sound and use of the term ain't. Secondly, for your information, my moral compass ain't calibrated for a world where Bigfoot just happens to be running amok in my immediate vicinity.
Oh.
Hypocrite. So, can he speak? Well, no, not really. Not really? What do you mean by not really? Well, you see, I tried to teach him to speak fluent English, but when he wasn't getting it, I kind of got fed up and immediately gave in. Moved on, put a necktie on him, tried to get him to successfully operate a toaster.
Oh.
Yes, Bigfoot, it was an unmitigated disaster. Bagels should not glow, nor hum faintly upon taking them out of the toaster. But he almost figured it out, Norm. What the hell. I might as well ask. Bigfoot? Do you have any wisdom you'd like to impart on us? Something you learned from me, perhaps? Oh, please. Like, he's just gonna... Ahem. Me good. Bigfoot good. You good. You good as are. Gone in the wind. Okay, there you go. Spring off into the woods. Huh. Do you think he decided to leave at that moment because he sensed he was no longer needed? That his work was done? That work here was done? Nah, he just sort of does that? Huh. You know, I have to admit, I'm a tad surprised. Actually, nah, referring to how I feel right now as simply being surprised to be like calling the twister that sucked up your paw like breeze. Is that a country expression or like... Look, when we met, I figured your talk of helping folk was nothing more than manipulative horse shit. That you were nothing but a green charlatan trying to sucker me into letting you use and then discard me like this country had. County. But you helped raise Bigfoot's self-esteem. Is there even a word in the dictionary for the kind of good deed where you give Bigfoot a helping hand? There certainly ain't one in the Bible, that's for damn sure. I'm sure there is, dude. It's a thick book. It's likely in there somewhere. Is there anyone in this town that you haven't helped? It wasn't gold mine, you know. I never wanted to be a savior. Don't exaggerate, dude. I'm just baby. I can think of one. Nearby roadkill. Look, you got your eggs back. Whoop-de-doo, but... Well, the mayor still has it out for us. We've bested her goons, sure, but considering the lengths she's gone to try to take us down, but considering... Oh, I immediately just repeat the sentence. What I'm trying to say is, I don't reckon that this is going to end with a peaceful heart-to-heart. We don't have to forfeit the happy ending that we deserve. Look, I don't want to have to mislead you. You're a kind-hearted person, Phone Genie. You help people. It ain't like you, and the mayor certainly ain't not anything like you. What are you saying? I'm saying that I don't want to implicate you in all this any more than I already have. Our deal was us to partner up till we reached Mayor McCatface and nothing more. Best to just step aside when we reach the mayor. Let me and her sort our business out on our own. Unlike me, you ain't too deep in all this just yet. I don't want you to pay the price for what I finally realized I need to sort out once and for all. And for whatever it's worth, I'm grateful that you brought me back here. And that you went to the trouble of helping the good folks of Dialtown out just because you felt like it. If Dialtown had more folks like you and your friends walking around, I wouldn't have turned a blind eye for as long as I did. We should get moving, I reckon. Aren't you taking Theodore's rifle with you? Nah. Think about it further. I think it's just be best if I just use my single action for what I've got to do. When every hundredth of a jiffy marks the difference between life and certain death, I think it's probably best to stick with what's familiar to you, you know? I dropped at our feet back when the dynamite went off, if you want to grab it. You're goddamn right I'm taking it. Gun. Add a goblin. That ought to shorten the rest of this whole ordeal. Come on, Phone Genie. Let's clear out of this crackling cesspit that's crawling with curs. Gargle foam loudly. Doesn't mean I'll use it as a weapon. Mildly just threat wavered around in the air. Well, this isn't much of an improvement. I'm genuinely surprised that it's gotten this bad. I reckon the zoo's walls would have shielded downtown from even some of the raging inferno and the riled up animals. What walls? The ones that just exploded? Fair point. At any rate, there's only one thing left for us to do. Get to Down Hall and confront that damn mayor once and for all. You stitched together sloth. You verdescent villain. Well, looky who it is. I've been waiting a long time for... Out of my way, freak. This is between me and the green one. I have rifle. Excuse me. Me, but I thought... Isn't Norm your nemesis? That pistol-wielding ingrate? My nemesis? My office is full to the brim with hippos and fire. Do you even know the full extent of what you've done? Oh, boo-hoo, my home is on fire and I hate hippos apparently. Yeah. You torn apart the social order of Dialtown, the society that I so tirelessly cultivated like a great dog in a manger. Listen here, Missy, my friend ain't here to pick a fight with you, even though he does have a rifle. I am. I've been itching to teach you a lesson for a long time. Oh, that's rich. The bumbling hick from bumfuck nowhere is going to teach the mayor of Dialtown a lesson. Norm, you're nothing to me. Before today, you hadn't entered my head once since the day I kicked you through the curb. Just as I planned, you spent every day after your exile from Dialtown camped down in the wilderness, stewing in your own bitterness, like a petulant toddler stuck in timeout. But monster? Me? You. Oh god, her eyes are red. I should have turned your head from your shoulders and hurled it into the next state, just like the others suggested. Should have filled you so full lead that you'd set off metal detectors in Minnesota. Oh, you. It was all going exactly to plan. Every one of my specifications diligently met. Then you dragged him back to town after years of sulking inactivity, divided and deterred my best goons, and now the whole city has been set ablaze. Years of planning, all disintegrated in a single crime spree. And for what? All for a deranged monster who can't tell where monsters not wanted. Now, Missy, if you don't want to pick it, Norm, how are you not getting this? I don't care about you. Frankly, it's beyond laughable that you somehow think you're in the loop, that you understand and why any of this is happening. You're a pathetic little man, Norm, and you want me to consider you a significant variable in all this? You just spent the last 3 years of your life licking your wounds in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, too afraid of me to strike back. You're nothing. And if you weren't a freak, you wouldn't stand out to me at all. Oh, so I'm the freak. Someone clearly can't see any further than her whiskers. You're as strange as they come, Missy. Difference is, you get to boss others around, tell the honest folk of this town what they can't, what they have to consider normal. There ain't nothing normal about you, though. No sirree. None of this has anything to do with what I consider normal, you bad cretin. This is how Dialtown is meant to be. My grandfather's vision. Yeah, well, unlike you, I've actually met your grandpappy. I knew Callum Crown, the real Callum Crown. Not the face plastered on that postcard that you've been clutching for all these years. Hell, I saw the Dialtown that you trying to recreate with my very own eyes. The Dialtown of today ain't nothing but a soulless husk of what once was. And you're a soulless husk of a leader too, unfit to carry Crown's name or lead his city. Back in our day, pussycats weren't left in charge of whole cities. Excuse me? I reinvigorated this town, revitalized it. This town has grown, developed, blossomed because of my vision, my leadership. I am the blood that flows through this town's veins. I've earned my place here. Yeah, knife sword above of smoke-filled battlefields and godforsaken war zones for this country. I'll leave jet off into space all for Uncle Sam. I forged a new frontier, sacrificed my old life. And now, thanks to you, I've gone from jetting bombs from aircrafts to being the one jettisoned. Some thanks I've gone for my service, eh? I could say the same for your grandpappy's service to our country. Festering away in that old nursing home without a single memory left in that head of his. He deserved better. You think I don't know that? All of this, I'm doing for him. Bullshit! None of this is for him. Throwing trash like mean phone Genie out of Dialtown, having your mug replaced with a replica of his old cat's face. You really think any of that's gonna make Pawpaw be able to love you more than he still can? I'm trying to make him remember, damn it. I'm trying to make him remember who he was, what he did for the world. I'm done. I've done everything I could think of to make him remember. I've taken him to locations around town that he would recognize, brought him to other people who knew him. Even God wasn't able to fix what was broken inside Pawpaw's head. Hell, even my head modeled to my exact specifications to resemble his old cat. The day after they took the bandages off, I visited him in the nursing home. I was so sure he'd remember, that I'd see some life in him once he saw my face, the face of his old cat again. But no. As I sat beside him, clutching his hand with mine, my grandfather wouldn't even look at me. He was gazing at something outside. Something frolicking around nearby, just outside his bedroom window. Pawpaw was so transfixed that he couldn't even glimpse at me. Do you know what he was staring at instead? What? You. Rummaging around, eating from the open trash cans in a nearby alley just outside his window. I got my whole face reconstructed to see the old man smile, and he wouldn't even look at me. Instead, his gaze consumed by the trash-eating menace sauntering about outside. You tumor, you pox, you a parasite. This isn't my fault. I was so close. My final chance. Do you retrieve this postcard? Do you remember it? It's familiar, yeah. This is Dialtown, as it was in 1966, the year of the dial-up. I tried my hardest to recreate the uptown from his time using the image on this postcard. But you've been a perpetual thorn in my side since the very moment I first became aware of you. One day, I decided to take him to the park, and we spied your tent. A burlap blemish on the landscape. I tried recreating this photograph and asked a crowd in Uptown to take the place of the one shown in the postcard. Hoped that he'd step into the frame, take his place at the front of the crowd, only to realize the cinema had been converted into a horror attraction, throwing the whole image off. Apparently, you had a hand in that. Aha! Oliver's Route classic. I did and I didn't. I did and I didn't. Yeah, and? Because of you, I had to threaten the Dickens Squeezer with draconian legal ramifications for unauthorized site alterations just to get him to revert the outside of that ghastly attraction of his to its former appearance. The next time I passed through Uptown, the front of the bank was plastered with help wanted signs because the bank's reputably reliable teller upped and left on a whim without giving proper notice. Sure enough, as it turned out, you had a hand in that too. It was you. It's always you. I strive tirelessly to establish a natural order, to cultivate a perfect Dialtown, only to have you ruin it each and every time. What, so cause Monster was in the wrong place at the wrong time, whenever you wanted to recreate your little photograph, Monster just had to just leave town? Mighty fine leadership on your part there, Missy. None of this is personal, you cretin. Not at first. Just like you, Phone Genie was nothing more than another problem that needed to be steamrolled. Something in my way. What? No, you resisted each and every attempt I made to resolve this peacefully. To remove you without using force. And when I tried that, you burned my city to the ground. Hey, I didn't start the fire. I just indirectly influenced things that led to the town catching on fire. What I did is probably like the manslaughter equivalent of arson, you know? Legally, I'm probably not to blame. Legally? I don't care about the... I am the law. Phone Genie is a free citizen, Missy. Monster has as much of a right to live here as anyone else. Monster isn't costing just anyone else the chance to come back. This is my grandfather we're talking about. This is the visionary who changed the world. The greatest man to ever live. To have ever lived. You want me to sacrifice the last shot I have to bring him back? All for a worthless parasite? Monster's done more for this Dialtown than you ever have. This worthless parasite has aided your people, Missy, enriched the lives of your most downtrodden citizens. All while you rob the citizens of this here town blind, using their hard-earned dollars to line the pockets of you and your cabal. Things ain't gonna get better for this town till you're the one who's out of the picture. You have no idea what you're talking about. This backwater town would be nothing without me. You think these backwater hicks would do anything without me? That Dialtown would have a future without my guidance? They need governance. Do you really see your own citizens that way? Oh, your grandpappy would have hated you. I'm going to fucking kill you. When I'm done with you, I'll move on to your green friend and slay Monster out in front of the whole town. I'm going to pick each and every stitch out of Monster's head with my claws and send each and every one of them to my enemies. So they'll know what happens. Nobody's like you. That's with Mayor Mingus Crown. Now hang on just a sec. You've ruined enough lives, Missy. You're out of chances at a time and shit out of luck. I'm putting you down here and now. Norm, wait. You fool. I have cat-like reflexes. I could leap faster than a bullet could leave the barrel of your gun. You'd miss, and then gouge your eyes out with my razor-sharp claws. Do you honestly think you can leap faster than a speeding bullet? You're out of your goddamn mind. Norm. Go ahead. Try. Make my day. You'd miss. I don't miss. So, here we are. Together we departed, and together we peregrinate. Pregante? No, I just laid my eggs back in Act 1. Don't you remember? Ah, shit. Am I pregnant again? Phone Genie, it's a pleasure, as always. Oh, hey, narrator. Feel like we haven't talked in a while. Truth be told, I haven't had much to say since you met Norm. Well, I haven't had to say much, rather. I suppose I was more useful back when you were a hermit and didn't care about anyone else. You know, back when you didn't have anyone else to keep you from wandering into oncoming traffic. But now, look at you! I dare say you've blossomed. I have? You've got a family, Phone Genie. A dysfunctional one, granted. And yes, one full of people who aren't actually related in the slightest. And sure, okay, one of them happens to be Bigfoot. But, as they say, a family which happens to contain Bigfoot is still by definition a family. You've come a long way, Phone Genie. Wow. Epic. Oh, hey, you're good at explaining things, right? Apparently so, yes. So, what's going on now? I'm not following any of this, to be honest with you. Are you... Norm's gonna kill Mayor Mingus. That is, unless she is, in fact, able to leap to outleap a speeding bullet. In which case, she's gonna gouge his eyes out with her claws before he can reload. Huh. Are you going to just stand there and let this happen? Well, huh? This is it. Speak up, Phone Genie. The ending of the story is in your loom-hued hands. Yeah, alright, here I go. Norm? Phone Genie, this ain't a good time. We can talk once I... Norm. I have a gun, though. I have a gun. Why can't I shoot? Don't miss. I won't. No! Shit! Oh! Yeah, you did miss! Also, oh no! I can't... How do you do it? I let... What, like a bullet? You... I don't understand. I practically flew and you still... Well, here's the thing about houseflies and horseflies, missy. The middle of bumfuck nowhere out in the sticks. Lousy with them. I had to mercilessly swat an unmerciful amount of those little varmints. Often without a swat or two. And let me tell you, if I do something enough times, you get if you do something enough times, you get real good at it. The trick to catching something that flies bullseye, you don't shoot where it is, you shoot where it's going. I demonstrated a second time, but to be honest, I don't think there's a bullet swift enough to catch what's left of your soul on its way to hell. Good riddance, Mayor. So it's done, and I'm sad I wasn't the one to fire the bullet. Yeah. Huh. Something wrong, my dude? I don't know, I guess it felt like things were working up to something a little more epic. A real finale, you know? I suppose I'd reckon she'd put up more of a fight, though. I think she wanted to, man. Kinda shot her right in the heart. With her talk of being faster than a bullet, I guess I was kinda hoping that she was, so her demise feel earned, you know? That just felt like putting down a sick animal. You're not proud of yourself? Putting down an animal is how you described it before you did it. Till I met you, I hadn't thought much about the moments after I finished off the cat, save for my plan to save a second bullet for myself and wrap this all up nice and neatly. I didn't see a single reason to stick around before I met you early on today. Which means I'm back at square one, asking myself, so now what? The city I hated most is on fire and my foe's dead. She told Dialtown I was a violent, gun-wielding savage, and I proved her right by shooting her dead. But I won. So why ain't I happy? Could it be that it was because you figured out you meant a lot less to her than she meant to you? Hey, I hated her. I wasn't in love with her. She was a woman who could fix the world, and I was a monster after all. I am mentally a crab. I'm not equipped to coach you through this, man. But hey, now that she's gone, you can stick around if you wish. With her gone, the only people that will be around to call you a monster will be your pals. Yeah, I don't think I'll be sticking around. I don't think sticking around would be a particularly wise move for me to make, given I just shot down this town's leader dead. Okay, yeah, that's not a great look. Granted, was she right about me? Did I just prove her right? I mean, you kind of did. Maybe you and Fezzy were talking sense all the way back. Perhaps I could have just bargained. Proved I was more than a monster, you know? Man, this really sucks. She's fucking dead, yo. Ripping paste, bro. Wrapping pepperonis. I just can't make sense of it. What kind of sick guy would possibly decide for me to go through with such a callous deed, knowing it would lead to a rotten ending for the both of us? Okay, that's well deserved. Natty Normie neuters Nemesis Mingus. Animosity killed the cat. The ending where you encourage Norm to shoot Mayor Mingus and learn absolutely fuck all about friendship or forgiveness or whatever. The Daily News. Well, time to go back. Maybe, after all this, I'll finally get the extras unlocked. Don't shoot, please! Pardon? Do you seriously think I'm going back down from this far into my journey? But Norm, together, we departed. Like that one thing. Ha 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 ha. But Norm, together we departed. Phone Genie, can't you see? I'm doing this for you. For all of Dialtown. This town doesn't have a hope in hell of surviving under that cat's paw. This town has survived the test of time, and it's precisely because of me. Without my grandfather's leadership, this town would have been nothing more than a glorified truck stop. I've bided my time for long enough. When Papa comes back, he ain't coming back. You're unfit to lead, unfit to serve. You're being retired like you're not. Norm, don't do this. I'm not letting this cat-faced charlatan just take your only home away from you. Let her take you away from Dialtown. Are you really doing all of this just for me? At this point, I honestly reckon I am. Forget my grudge with the mayor for a moment. If anyone has earned Monster's place in this town, it's you. Wait, how? I'm just a creature, Norm. You don't give up on people. You didn't give up on me. Even now, you're still trying to save my hide. I don't care if I sounded nuttier than squirrel shit stating it. Dialtown just can't afford to lose someone like you. If you're doing this for me, can I ask you for one favor? Please drop the gun. Phone Genie, she'll steamroll you. Oh, believe me, I will. See? Shh, I'm trying to save your hide here. She doesn't deserve mercy, Phone Genie. You don't have to do this. Except, I do. You don't. You have friends now. You don't have to go after all this is over. We outnumber her. We'll stand behind you. I also still have a gun. That is, if you don't prove her right. Phone Genie, this is your one shot, Norm, to prove years of propaganda wrong. Your one shot to prove the mayor a liar. I can't believe it. For years I've dreamt of this moment, and you just talked me down from it. You're your own man, Norm. You're showing mercy because you care about justice. Deep down, you know this shouldn't be your decision alone. This should be the people's. Alright, Phone Genie. I'm backing off. She's all yours. Do you honestly think that telling your hick friend to holster his pistol changes anything? I am beloved by this town. I'm the blood that flows through Dialtown's veins, just like my grandfather was. I am the most essential component of this backwater cesspit. An enforcer. No! A liberator. You can dream of achieving even a fraction of what I have. I'm not just going to make Pawpaw remember who he is. Oh no! I'm going to make him proud, damn it. Ha ha! Yes! Good old. Finally it acknowledges I have a gun. Don't forget that I'm the one holding a gun here, Mingles. Ooh, gun. You won't be for long. I'm going to splay you out in front of the entire town. For the first time in your life, your bones are going to get to see moonlight. shit, this is a real pickle, ain't it? If you talk like a goddamn British person in my company again, I will do everything in my power to give you a brain aneurysm, you know. What I need is a Deus Ex Machina, damn it. What threads are left remaining? What lore hath remained unrevealed? Man, I don't know. Your backstory origin, perhaps? I was likely born in a fast food restaurant ball pit while screaming. Dead end. Something to do with Randy, maybe. Randy died as he lived. Not relevant to any of this. Move on. That dead raccoon you picked up a year or so ago, against my best wishes? He can't help me now. He fell apart a year ago like a soggy tissue paper. Here's my pitch. Mere Muggo's postcard. Ask to see it again. Then. Quickly scarf it down like a loose slice of cheese and then book it while she's recovering. I'm going to fade the screen now. I'm not responsible for what you decide to do once your autonomy is restored. Hey, before you kill me to fucking death with your gloved hands and such. Can I see your postcard up close? What kind of troglodyte trusting tabby do you take me for? Give me the... If I hand you the postcard, you'll likely just devour it, like a slice of white cheddar. I bet a good dime that God probably would have wanted that I'm gonna be on it. Yeah, I would obviously do that. You have a problem with that, huh? This is who I am, Mingle. I am many things. A maniac. A tax cheat. A felon. But most of all, I like to think I'm a tax cheat. I hate paying taxes. Shut up! Okay! And you expect me to hand a family heirloom, nay, a family artifact to any maniac, felon, and/or tax cheat who just so happens to ask? Yeah. You must truly be a maniac if you think I'd part with the genuine surviving sample of my grandfather's handwriting. Handwriting? What? Oh, there's a love letter scrawled onto the back of the postcard. When my grandfather wrote for my grandmother back before the dial-up. But the most important thing on the postcard is the vision. His vision, seen on the front. That's Dialtown. His Dialtown. But I heard both you and Norm speak about what Gallum would have wanted. I've never actually heard Callum speak for himself. Outside of heavily reverberated hallucinatory snippets of dialogue, that is. I'm sorry, what? Actually, for what it's worth, I haven't agreed with Monster, miss. For all the hemming and hawing we've done on the issue, we're both speaking for Callum. Wouldn't it be nicer to hear what he has to say just this once, even if it's not on this very topic? Look, I know what's best here. This letter, and all that it contains, is my family's property. My family, my birthright, mine! Read it, Missy. I want to hear what it says. You can't make me. Actually, I can. Hand it to phone Janie or I'll fire. If you want to know what it says so badly, why don't you just read it yourself then, huh? If you're close enough to hand me the postcard, you're close enough to disarm me. Pass it on over to the monster. We'll give it back when we're done reading it, you know. Go ahead, then. Shoot me. Just try. Mingus! Alright. One glance, then straight back. Let's see here. It says... Oh, right, I can't read. That stamp kinda looks like my head. Yep, exactly as everyone else here can recollect. Phone Genie, just hand me the postcard. I'm fine with you getting close. That was the plan after all. No, hold on. Let me try. I got a few words on the last one. Let me try and sound it out. Dialtown 9 10 6 to silks hot dog. Monster's not getting it. Hand it back before Monster devours it. Phone Genie, for the love of all that is holy, just hand me the... No, I can do this. I just need to imagine what he'd have written. Think, Phone Genie, think.
My dear Mom,
It pains me to be away from Dialtown. But I'm glad it's still a town of misfits, just as it was when I left. As the town motto goes, all are welcome here in Dialtown.
Huh. All are welcome here in Dialtown. Are you kidding me? That quote's out of context. It ain't. What part of all didn't you hear? Bigoted fuck. No. No, I didn't want to. You two were rogue, dangerous elements. I didn't. You gave me no other choice. Dear Lord, there's really no excusing any of this. The audacity! You really reckon you knew what your grandpappy wanted even better than he did, huh? Any wrong that I've done... No. Any wrong that I've done for Dialtown. He would have understood that I merely did what I had to do to save his vision if he found out what I've done after I bring him back. Right? Mingus. This is definitely a hit to my formerly immaculate worldview. Am I a monster? Good Lord. After spending so long on my own, unable to bring a plan, lost to time. His vision to fruition, the words on the back of this postcard seeped away, leaving only the happy photo on the front. Once my last connection to Papa faded, I huddled around, the only warmth I could still feel when I gazed at this postcard, my burning desire to bring him, his world, back to us. I miss him so much, Phone Genie. Well, how can you miss a man you've never really met? He lost his memory before you were born. I feel that in a way that I have met him. Every time I see someone else make a call on their phone head, or write using their typewriter head. Every time I see someone walking with one of his prosthetic limbs. There's a tiny piece of him in everything around us. I see him everywhere. I just wish he could see me, too. I just want Papa to tell me that he was proud of me. Hey, now, you've achieved a hell of a lot. The last time I saw him, he actually looked at me, called me Marla, somehow thinking that I was my late grandmother, and he asked me if I'd do it all over with him, if I was given the chance. I obviously didn't want to tell him who I really was, that Mama was no longer with us, forcing him to re-experience that heartbreak all over again, only for it to be lost alongside his fleeting lucidity moments later. So, I answered, as if I were her, responding just as I hoped she would have. Yes, my songbird, I would. He stared off, not content. His gaze slowly drifted towards the floor, and didn't say another word. I would have given anything to give him that chance, Phone Genie. A chance to make Papa proud. Ma'am, for what it's worth, our new present, crown and recent mishappenings aside, if he were here right now, I'd tell you that he's mighty proud of you. I think, Lord. You said earlier that he would have hated me. Right. And you called me a monster, to be fair. I'm happy to go back on my word in this one instance if you are. I didn't mean to become the monster that I falsely accused you of being, Norm. I can control everything that happens in this godforsaken town. Dialtown's roads, prisons, taxes, laws, the very public itself are all mine to puppeteer. For crying out loud, I commanded God today, and he knew to respect my authority. But The one thing I can't do is release Pawpaw from his own head. Well, if every inch of this town is entirely under your jurisdiction, then boy, do you have a mighty fine mess to clean up. After this fire goes out, and all these flaming critters are all rounded up and removed from the streets of Dialtown, you have to start slapping mortar on bricks. Yes, quite. Norm, may I ask, would you know anything about construction? Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I did roofing and bricklaying for a couple of years before I joined the Air Force. Why do you ask? But this whole excruciating escapade has taught me anything. I'm surrounded by incompetent hacks. I simply cannot trust a single one of them with the task of leading downtown Dialtown's reconstruction efforts. You were a worthy adversary, and one who, perhaps, almost bested me. So I can't think of anyone better suited to spearhead the effort of rebuilding my city. What about Callum fucking Crown? So what? You exiled me, tried to kill me, and now you want me to help rebuild the very town you threw me out of in the first place? Yes, and you pressed a gun to my head, but moments after burning half my city to the ground. In fairness, their roar is mostly responsible for the ensuing inferno. Fucker had dynamite. I'm lucky my face still has its signature skin on it. You see what I mean about the utter incompetence of my lackeys? Moron. And if it goes without saying, Norm, that if you were to do this for me, you would naturally be granted a royal pardon, and with it the freedom to live here in peace. But does it also go with saying? Yes, which is exactly why I just said it. Oh, nice. So, that means I get to stay with my new friend. I mean, yeah, no, right, this is acceptable, I guess. Well, on one condition it is. Alright, state it. If I'm sticking around, I won't turn a blind eye to injustice. Fire them two queer henchmen of yours, and your vernacular makes it so difficult to tell if you intend for queer to mean strange or gay. Why would you interrupt me point out such a needless distinction for those two clowns? Apologies. Continue. Hire me as your new sheriff. No. Well, if I was to use one of my own guns, which means you could add the cost of my pistol and ammunition to your budget in order to launder a few $100 and buy yourself some fancy schmancy expensive milk. Astounding. You're not even my sheriff yet, and you've already corrupt. Yet. Well, yes, obviously I want the crime milk, the tastiest and most forbidden dairy product. Good. First mandate as sheriff, we need to talk about some of your laws. You know, your particularly draconian ones. We can discuss them later. Alright, then I'm out. Good luck finding someone else to lead your construction effort. Because you'll have to put little Billy in charge of the explosives you'll be using for the demolition of those burned building houses. Huh. Oh, good lord, I'd rather fake my own death than move to Rochelle in Vegas than even consider that timeline for even a moment longer than is legally necessary. Fine. I'll agree to one single change now. We can discuss the rest later. Lower your tax rate by no less than 25% for all citizens of Dialtown. Absolutely not! This town needs every cent allocated in its budget for its various nectaries. And to fund my rigorous beauty regimes. You're a cat! Cut taxes! You don't understand. Lowering taxes by 25% across the board would create a budget deficit of approximately $1 million. Where do you expect me to get that kind of money from, huh? What's your average yearly salary? Well, it's currently around $1 million. Fine. I guess I eat nothing but baked beans for a year. Whatever. That's a mighty fine start, cattywampus. I reckon that ought to even things out quite a bit. Now that Texas and sheriffdom are out of the way, I have only one last question remaining. What about Phone Genie? Oh, who cares about... I care. Let my green friend here run amok and frolic around this fine town whenever Monster praises. Monster ain't harming anyone with monstrous tomfoolery. Oh, alright. Fine, Phone Genie. Your exile has hereby been lifted and you've been pardoned of the inexcusable sin of being your true self. Oh, epic, yeah. Very nice. You get to live in Dialtown. In a house of your very own. Tent. In an apartment of your very own. Tent. I'm not letting you take a valuable public space with a tent. Fine. In a tent located in a secluded tent at the park. Oh, for the love of... Fine, in a tent at the park then, I guess. But you can't hurl lit fireworks at swans that were near your tent anymore without paying the same fine everyone does for causing illegal swan-related explosive incidents, that is. This is truly unworkable. Norm shooter now. Phone Genie! Oh, alright. Wonderful. A new day is dawning in Dialtown. I can feel it. Also, why not just let Calm Crown be the spearhead of construction if you're trying to build it in his image?
So thanks for being with us today, Norm. After a years-long exile, you're back in Dialtown.
That's right, Rachel. Hopefully for good this time.
Riveting. Could you please enlighten us as to what you've experienced and learned since your now recanted exile?
Well, I'm an old soul, and boy, have I seen a lot. Just as much after the exile as before, I guess. Like it or not, solitude changes a man. Forces you to address a fundamental part of yourself that most people never even seen. But I find that abject misfortune tends to either totally break or make a man, you know? Plus, I guess it wasn't so bad, being alone for so long. I had good company.
Fascinating. Is there anything you'd like to say to the residents of Dialtown in the spirit of moving forward? No profanity, please.
Why, yes, there is. Look, I spent many years stewing in my own acrid juices. Wretched imagery aside, I know better than anyone that a caustic heart consumes its owner. When society itself has transformed you from a man to an outcast, made you out to be a monster, it can be difficult not to become the very monster that they claim you are. It can be difficult not to prove them right. I came close to doing just that. But someone saved me. A green messiah who ended up teaching me more in one day than my bitter mind had conceptualized in years.
When you say Green Messiah, are you talking about the goblin who lives in a tent at the park?
Well, yeah, I am. Looks can be deceiving, you know. Just as I was misjudged, they've been too.
Really? How so? What did they teach you?
Their lessons gave me a multitude of epiphanies. Taught me that my happiness is in my own hands, and that nobody else is going to ensure that I live a happy life. That I'm good just as I am. That I shouldn't change myself for the sake of being similar to other people, but instead, seek a future where I'm the best version of myself, not the person the world expects me to be. But most of all, my watermelon-hued friend gave me hope. Something I lacked for a long time. I didn't know how badly I missed it till I felt it again. And you know, the funny thing is someone like that, someone so strange and whimsical, someone who barely resembles a human, so different and spurned, could hold such inherent wisdom and contentedness. Maybe there's hope for me after all. Maybe for all of us. Maybe things can get better. Maybe we can make the world brand new again.
Inspirational. Norm, thank you so much for coming on the show. I just have one question for you before we sign off. Where is your green friend? Could they not join you here today?
Oh, I'm sure they have a very important event to attend.
Could it be? Oh dear God. They're repulsive. Just like the bees that spawned them. I hate every single one of them. Especially that one. This was a waste, damn it. This has all been for naught. Now, to credit some truly deranged people. Dogman. Recent sighting. Doing a big create of many such things, setting the whole rotten thing in motion, bastard. Ogre lore, unsolved. Yours soundly, Dogman. Nathan Hanover. Composing the Dialtown soundtrack. Being British. Sinful. Hire them for your weddings and such. Oi. John Stringer. Drawing Dialtown's title screen art. Drawing Dialtown's cinematic slides. Being a bloody top bloke. Phil Morg. Phil Morg, you are a swine. I am drunk canine. You may be loud, rude, you may have attitude, but at the end of the day you are Morgman. You are Morgman, you tolerate me, you are pork titan. Phil Morg. Modeling each of Dialtown's wretched, slimy 3D models. Testing and quality assurance. I hate Phil Morg. Birthday Coyote, drawing the Mingles note art. Yelping to call the noise a coyote makes a bark would be too generous. Exactly 1,024 blankies. Jesus. Candid Cosmos. Designing Dialtown's logo, as well as Dialtown's flag. Drawing my hideous mug in game, Tanks. Displaying copious amounts of patience whenever I send a weird meme involving purple fast food mascots her way. Snaz Amazing. Drawing the Dialtown achievement icons. Not being British. Can't thank her enough for that. Just look at that face. Horrifying. Voice actors in order of introduction. Callum Crown. Nathan Avent. Norm Allen. Ryan Summers. Rachel at Dialtown News Network. Finley Smith. Kind of funny how there's only 3 voice people. Body models. Imposing black marks for copyright reasons, not weird reasons. Like 4 of them. Me! Oliver. Hoodwink. Thanks, man. Karen. Coffee Nat. Norm. Shanbo. Epic. Mingus. Just the head. Salvage. Misk. License from null entity. Generous folks who gave me money before there was a Dialtown. Native Tedada. Cora P. Tedada. Tedata. Tangerine, Reminisce, Dretch Rabbit, Sam Fernan, Debris 3-2, Eric Stinsky, Doffy, Levered, Blue Wineglass, Cecile G. Proteus, Curse God Charlie, Top Hat Co., Louie, Tobias, Prezzo, Moxie F, Monty, Lucy, Matix, Cleveland Rocks, Starry Sport, Cork, Echius, Raccoon, Obi, Samantha Takashiji, Bobby V.W, Belich, Amigo, Adrias, Molly, Alexandra, Nika. Attribution. That which was legally demanded of me. Dialtown phoning Sim, Nathan. They're hideous, composed by Kazoo, direct document, lovebirds, not literal lovebirds, maybe like magpies, I don't know. Special thanks, Reese Lily, Maxwell, Plumbio, for the JS plugin support. Stuff. Metal Impact, Whooper Swans, Train moving, Swedish train passenger talking, crowd screaming, Wrathfulness, Party Pack, audience cheering. Sound by yay! I can speed up by holding enter, or probably just clicking. Big Rock Cafe, 33 West. Image. Hey, maybe people can hear now. Huge ass beers. Raccoon. Typewriter. Stuff. All embedded package fonts licensed under SIL and all fonts used for texture assets. Special thanks, miscellaneous. Enterbrain for RPG Maker MV. Your engine technically works. The Swan at the Park. You know what you did. Scott Cawthon for giving me a pep talk when I was at my lows. Thanks, Dad. And also, and directly inspiring the upcoming end screen. There's one person left to thank. When you are ready, you may proceed to the final screen of the game. Yes, I am. Thank you. That, Greg, concerns me. Yay. You got Crown, you got Billy, you got Karen, you got Randy, you got miscellaneous people. You got Bigfoot, you got that one lady, you have them, I forgot their names. You have God, you have all the people. Good stuff. Extras. Finally unlocked! Behind the music, making of Dalton's assets, character sheets, and cut stuff. Help me with this story. Legal disclaimer. Behind the music. Press space, go back to the main menu. Pause it when you want to read. Oh. Making of Dialtown's assets. None of them view the making of Wretched 3D mods. Please be patient. God's not finished with me yet. Type Genie. First step in Type Genie's creation was the formation of its outer shell. Here we see it next to Genie's other miserable head. Next. Step 2, give it keys so it can type like a typewriter. Next, Genie's paper tray up top up there. Egads, Genie's head now has knobs on its sides and other such assorted little details. Lever. Type Genie is now cautiously given the gift of placeholder textures. Don't let us down, girl. Alas, the flayed hide of God type Genie. Ugh. This all fits together! Disgusting. Typewriter keys ready to have absurd thing printed on their currently empty casings. Behold, take 1. Soon more keys were added. Take 3. The hog was moved to join with the dog in holy matrimony. And there is a gun now. Finally, the rest of the keys were filled. This way, dog and hog both hooked to form Hogman Dogman. Neat. As you can see, there's a symbol representing each of Dialtown's stables alongside many stupid references. That's Mingus. Randy. Oliver. Karen. There's bound to be one for Bigfoot somewhere. We thought less popular two Petterheads was born. Get out. Madam Mediocre. Big Bertha. Town Hall. Gregma. Greg. Callum Crown's Noggin. There's deal genies as its base, so step one in this case, acquire genie. But Callum, unlike Genie, has a real stand-up guy. None of this moy bloody egads made of human flesh in it business, no siree. So I put together based on Genie's texture, based on metallics as seen in this wee comparison right here. I wanted it had to be a hideous mismatch of metals, and the current palette had one too many gray metals. Tried replacing gray closer to the front with a rusted brown, with a rough texture ready to use. We experimented with palette mixes. Here's a golden gold, Callum Crown. Awful. Here's more subdued. In the end, original palette, ready salted, barely one. Yay! And behold, it's good enough. With that design that we can all tolerate was born. Go home. Back. Art. John's art. John. Alright, time to show some of John's pitches for potential Dialtown Cinemax slides. Don't spend Valentine's Day alone. Spend it with a phone. This Valentine's Day, don't be alone. Be a phone. Don't be a lone phone. Some advert ideas. Valentine's Day alone. Valentine's Day with a phone. Da-ba-da-da-da. Red underline. More Randy goes to jail. Ending where Randy caves his head in. Oh no. Die and crap yourself ending. Randy caving his head in again. Happy ending for Randy. Hurrah. It's draft time, Karen. Go to prison, but Karen likes you. Bar to ass provokes arson. Bear arson. Part 2. Little Billy becomes an astronaut. Little Billy fucks off into orbit. Death by alpacas. Alpaca murders are us. Drink ink and die like a dog. Drink ink, die like a dog too. Happy ending for Oliver. Oliver, happy ending 2. And Sandy ending. Sandy ending 2. My dearest Marla, it pains me to be away from Dialtown, but I'm glad it's still a town of misfits. As the town motto goes, all are welcome here in Dialtown. Stuff John drew. Fun fact, this drawing of my cat is what prompted me to hire John to draw this game's ending slides. Honestly, it looks like a real picture. Neato. And all that. Help me. Mingus, Bigfoot, old lady, phone genie, Randy, people, Shooty, cello? No, violin person, her, Mingus, Madam Mediocre. Finally, here's a bunch of different ideas John had for the title screen coloration. This is only 6 out of 18 total, I think. The agony of choice. Alright, that's, awful cutout. So when I began working on the scene where Bigfoot mauls Little Billy, I knew I needed something more than just editing trickery. I need a real, tangible cardboard boy to beat up whilst wearing my ape costume. My little Pinocchio. So I got to work. First entire estimate height. Billy. You can all read and pause and read this and whatnot. I promptly shoved its head into a toilet. Get dunked on, kid. And just for funsies, here's a picture of my cat, Helvage, napping on my old costume shelf, with the cutout lying in the foreground. Alright, that's it. Thanks. Get out. None of them. Character sheets and cut stuff. Less character sheets, measure amount of cut content. Back to menu. Character sheets. Karen. Norm, Billy, God, deceased. Jerry, Oliver, Phone Genie, Randy, Sasquatch, my beloved, Mingus, Crown. God. Name, God, though hobo's fine. Age, yeah. Birthday, January 1st, I guess? I vaguely recall him saying that he set his birthday to Pancake Tuesday, hoping for free pancakes each year. Drinks a lot to keep things interesting. There's also loneliness in starting a relationship with someone in a timeline where they don't recognize you at all, but you've married them in several other timelines. There's a giant rodent nearby. Come to think of it, capybara, perhaps? Relations, Genie and Hobo get on fine. They're both somewhat apathetic and eat out of dumpsters, which is wonderful and makes them overall quite compatible, though God does feel a certain uneasiness around Genie due to Genie almost certainly being a timeline-specific anomaly. Randy and God don't get on. God technically created Randy, and Randy is struggling to come to terms with why someone would do that to him. Karen could take or leave God entirely, honestly. Oliver is just confused by Hobo. One time, Oliver responded to God, begging for change off him by responding, "Hey, can you spare any change, dude?" To which God responded, "Ah, the old switcheroo, classic," and then immediately lay down, curled up, and fell asleep on the street. Oliver hasn't gone more than a week without thinking about this encounter since the moment it occurred. Bigfoot, what do you expect me to say about this, huh? What would Bigfoot and God even talk about, huh? Come on, man, just let me go. I'm on my goddamn deathbed, and Billy Joel isn't gonna leave all my earthly possessions to himself, damn it. Norm did fry that omelet up for God. God thanked him. The two gone pretty well now, all things considered. Norm kind of gave up on God around the time of his exile, but now he's learned that God's kind of winging it, just like you and me, and really somehow can't cook a fucking omelet despite being older than most of the time itself. That's pretty cringe. Jerry crosses the other street to avoid having to speak with God. Mingus really doesn't care much for God. She can't stand shoddy craftsmanship. And in Cosmin's sense, God is basically a drunk carpenter. God is scared shitless of Little Billy. Little Billy keeps staying in God's presence that he's actually God, and God can tell that he means it. Alarming. Jerry. Name, Jerry Gould. Ticket, Jerry. Age 30. Birthday, February 12th. Jerry is an incredibly tortured man. Tiny, broken little man. Jerry used to work for Abel Brannigan at the town fun fair before being let go for allowing Gene to pass through the gates for a second time without his ticket. Jerry's married, but the marriage is not going smoothly. Aside from his tendency to work dead-end jobs, he's also on the brink of financial ruin to the fact that he has exactly 12 Alstanians living in his house that are all sickly diseased from their Alstanian eczema and require many different kinds of expensive lotions and ointments to manage it. I haven't 100% decided on a reason why Jerry hasn't simply parted with some or all of the diseased hounds he lives with, so I've compiled a list of possible explanations. 1. The dogs legally own the house somehow, and they're allowing him to live there since he's feeding them. 2. The dogs are the closest thing he can have to his wife. He can give his wife to a child, and he's afraid she'll leave if the dogs are rehomed. Jerry thinks the dogs are keeping his wife busy enough that she hasn't had time alone to seriously consider divorce, yet nobody will take the dogs from him. 5. Jerry tried to rehome them previously, but one of them called him Dad in clear English as the pound van was rolling up, so he called it off. Jerry was on a lot of pain meds from a phone genie-induced concussion, so it is unknown if any of this actually happened. His grandfather left him a box full of Nazi treasure that requires 13 German shepherds' paws to open. He's working on sourcing another to try to get it open, which is really bothering his wife as she's trying to get rid of some of the dogs, not accumulate more. He tried to get his dogs readopted, but accidentally wrote his name on the readoption form. Luckily for him, Randy came to collect him, who gave up after 3 swings from Jerry. And one of his dog's names on his medical insurance form. If he gets rid of that dog, he loses all medical coverage because only immediate family is covered and will die. Unfortunately, he can't remember which dog has the insurance and thus can't rehome any of them. The company rep for the insurance won't talk to him as he isn't the dog that owns the policy. As none of the expensive lotions, ointments are covered by the plan because they would make Jerry's life too easy. Relations, Jeannie. Jerry, unlike Norm, had a awful first encounter with Jeannie and ended their relationship realizing that Jeannie does keep its promises, if nothing else. However, much like Karen, Jerry is also enjoying his distance from Jeannie. Randy. Jerry and Randy go way back, and Jerry's empathy has kind of prevented him from really stepping too far back from Randy. I mean, when a guy approaches you and says, "Help, Jerry, I got hot sauce in my eyes and I have no eyes and I dropped my keys in a puddle. Can I sleep on your couch?" Well, aside from, "Sorry, Randy, some of the dozens outstanding sleep on the couch. The best I can offer you is on my porch or perhaps on the roof." Karen mainly knows Jerry as that one dude who used to roll up to the counter at the bank that Karen manned whenever payday rolled around, and then badly held back tears as he got lighter and lighter envelopes full of coins from his boss with each passing month. Ow. Jerry's somewhat afraid of Oliver, the horrendous movie he birthed alongside the fact that he willingly went on a romantic date with Jeannie without being tricked or manipulated are 2 good reasons why. He'd be polite to Oliver in social gatherings, given the amount of mutual friends they have, but he'd likely have Oliver-related nightmares at night. Nothing personal, as Oliver says. "I guess Jerry's just a wet blanket. If he needs me, I'll be over here in Fat City." Whatever the fuck any of that means. Bigfoot. Bigfoot and Jerry have had minimal contact. The one time they did see each other face to face, Jerry's mind exploded. That happens, apparently. Norm has shot Jerry a few times in the past. Jerry has accepted this and moved forward with peace and love in his heart. As Jerry's therapist says, "Don't worry, Jerry, it's okay to let go. Even without this specific trauma, your life is bad for other reasons." Mayor Mingus has barely thought directly about Jerry and likely never will again. Billy. Jerry never had to worry about insuring the copper wire in the walls of his home before meeting little Billy. Bastard. God. Jerry crosses the street to avoid having to speak with God. And all the other people. Callum Crown. Former mayor of Dialtown. St. Senator, UN leader. Year of birth, 1923. Birthday, born November 19th. Wait, so if he's still alive around the time Dialtown happens, does that mean he's basically 100 years old? Comes paranoid to fault. Comes by is incredibly modified. Comes head as a result of frenzied nights. One could argue this is a fitting end for Callum Crown. Then you got all the other people. Oh, wait. Phone Genie. Name Phone Genie, typewriter, or whatever. Phone Genie. phone/type genie, or whatever you happen to give it, or whatever name you happen to give this wretched little creature. Age, birthday. This character has teeth and green flesh. Somehow those aren't the weirdest of Genie's traits. Genie's head is made of stitched together leathers, burlaps, fabrics, and skins. Gingy reeks. Gingy has at least one eye and has a long tongue under its stitched head. Sheath. Concerning. Genie lost its tail shortly before the events of Dialtown began, and by the end of the game it regrows, but its appearance is randomized. Genie is genderless in the sense that, due to its strange biology and lack of coherent personal identity, whatever you refer to as Genie is always going to be correct. There's no wrong answers. Genie has spent a lot of time in Dialtown sewers and has some childhood memories involving clowns. Whether or not these are fabricated is up to you to decide. Genie doesn't seem to fit a biological. Phone Genie scares Randy, but also fixes Randy's life somewhat. Phone Genie casually talks about eating Randy because the strong must devour the weak. And Randy believes this will one day happen, but hasn't gone onto the police because he's unsure if the police are still angry at him. No idea what this means. Oliver's really into Phone Genie, and this itself must be a punishable offense in some stage, I'm sure. Karen, despite their main legal battles over devoured paint and trivial manners, such as trespassing and breaking and entering over yogurt-related grievances, Karen loves Gingy dearly. Bigfoot. Hang on. Bigfoot is sandwiched firmly between gravel and sax solos that sound like pure sex. On Genie's list of favorite things ever. Enough said. Norm has more faith in Genie than anyone else in Dialtown. Feeling that the faith Genie had in Norm is the reason he's still alive, Norm rolls his physical, freakish, human, pre-dial-up eyeballs at Genie's tomfoolery, but holds a deep respect and loyalty for Gingy. Genie? Words. Always prepared to threaten and or maim anyone who do harm to Genie. Jerry, unlike Norm, has an awful first encounter with Genie and their relationship, and ended their relationship realizing that Genie doesn't keep his promises, if nothing else. However, much like Karen, all this stuff. Little Billy, Genie and the hobo get on fine. So apathetic. Stuff like that. Cut content. Alright. Guess I'll show you some of my game's horrible content now, okay? Apologies for the obnoxious font, by the way. This is my way of saying that if I can't be happy, then no one can. Behold! Originally, the player's mutant babies were gonna look like this. Oh, your god. The idea was scrapped once I realized that making these were more work for something that made zero lore sense. Like, come on, dude, the skin on Gingy's head wasn't just there at birth, it was acquired. Oh, dear god. Each baby was meant to represent each root, with this one having textures relevant to Randy's. The animal heads are nice because they do not only make more lore sense, but they were also just easier to make. Raffle. Okay, so remember this ending where the timeline breaks down and there's a fucking raccoon and you see this? Here, take a look at these bad boys. They were never going to be actually added to the game, but still, enjoy. And here we have the bank, which is, of course, the screen that we first entered Karen on. Fun fact, though originally, the screen's palette looked like this. I changed the palette to match Karen's own color scheme, and of course, to diversify. Found this gem in my main Dialtown raw assets folder. I don't know why I drew this. It just is. I'm so fucking pissed. Here's a placeholder asset of Jerry and his flock used before I edited up something better. Here's a cut Randy pose. What a knobhead. There's a little talking animation for Mayor Mingus that's shrouded in darkness. Yeah. Here's Oliver's cut-proof concept model on the left. On right, that's on right on asset Finny. Hon hon. Neato. Here's two of the placeholder assets I made. Dear God. Finally, a bonus shot of an uncropped Oliver shot where the model's shadow is somehow breaking the rules of light in order to threaten me. That's funny. Alright, that's it. Show's over, folks. Isn't it amazing that Dialtown's content isn't much shoddier than the content that wasn't cut? What? I shouldn't insult my own game. Why? What are the masses gonna do? Stop playing? This is the endgame extras menu, pal. There's nothing left. I'm a dog and bereft of anything else to offer you. As Joseph Stalin once said, Paisley's besties. Back to the menu. Legal disclaimer. No, despite the common misconception, I am not responsible. Perfect. Back to the menu. Well, that was Dialtown. After so long of a video, here's hoping anyone even got through it all. We finally finished the game. I am so sorry it took like a couple months for me to get back to the game. Stuff like that. I might do an extras video. I doubt it. But yeah, my throat is sore from talking so much. So, make sure to check out the other videos if you haven't. If you haven't seen the other videos at this point, you've kind of just spoiled the ending for yourself. Go check out my other videos. If you like this one, like it. And if you want to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe. Have a good day and do best. See ya.